Hello everyone, I'm Wang Qiuyan from class 15, grade 11, and the topic of my today's speech is Sports Creates Communities. Well, I don't know if you guys have noticed the phenomenon in society. People now increasingly prefer to immerse themselves in their individual world, which leads to a lack of community. What is a community? I looked up the word in the 9th edition of Oxford Advanced Learners English-Chinese Dictionary. Yes, though we are living in a world full of technology, I insist on using this traditional method. A community refers to all the people who live in a particular area, country, etc., when talked about as a group. In China, for example, a community could be one's neighborhood. In the past, the residents in a neighborhood were closely interconnected. They used to greet each other, converse regularly, and participate in the same activities. However, it isn't necessarily the same case in the current era. Imagine that you meet some of your neighbors in an elevator of your apartment. Would you smile and say hello to them? For me, the answer is no. I bet I'm probably not alone. So why is a community so important? According to Samantha Stein, a licensed psychologist, quote, experiencing a sense of belonging is vital for our psychological well-being. A community could provide us with a sense of belonging, support, and identity. There are specific ways that everyone can connect to and create a community. Recently, I found a new way to rebuild the connections between people, to create communities. That is doing sports. One of our most familiar communities is probably Jinling High School. So I use Jinling High School as an example to explain my ideas with some real stories. Well, the first one is the story about the Smart Sport machine. To be honest, the Smart Sport machine was the very first thing that attracted me during my first visit to Jinling High School. I was wondering, wow, this is really a good way to release students from heavy academic burdens. I haven't seen this sort of thing in my junior high. I came here with two of my friends. I dragged them towards the machine to play a fun sports game with me, which became an unforgettable experience. Later, I found out that actually, the Smart Sport machine had been introduced into a host of primary and middle schools. Take the machine launched by Youdao as an example. By the year of 2023, hundreds of schools had introduced the machine, and over 150 million students had used the machine. I was such a lucky dog that I became a student of Jinling High School. I eventually got the chance to use the machine. In my spare time, I always do some exercise on the machine to relax myself. Gradually, I began to reflect on its potential benefits. Besides the universal contributions to physical and mental health, here are some more advantages specifically from this type of exercise. Firstly, you can view your scores on the screen after complete doing exercise to see how good or bad your performance is. Secondly, based on the scores given each time, you can compare them to see if you have made any progress. But is that all? Well, I think more important is that it can make connections between students. Since you can see the rankings on the screen after complete doing sports, you have the chance to know more people, some of whom may become your friends later on. I remember last term, our school organized a competition on the Smart Sport machine and presented the outstanding competitors with medals and certificates. During that award ceremony, I got to know some girls who were known for their excellent performances in the sports meeting. We talked about our favorite sports and even some daily stuff. We became more familiar with each other. We're connected. The second one is the story with my best friends. My friend Mia is crazy about Haikyuu, a Japanese animation about a group of passionate volleyball players. She knew that I was enthusiastic about playing volleyball, so she persuaded me into teaching her how to play it. I agreed without hesitation. After that, if we both had free time, we would go to the playground to play volleyball together. We soon discovered that the students at our school really love doing sports. You can see them playing badminton on the track or playing basketball on the court alongside after dinner. And just as I had assumed, playing volleyball was always an enjoyable time for us. During the process, not only did Mia master new sports, but also I enhanced my volleyball skills. This semester, Cherry, Wendy, and Kate became my new sports buddies. As a group of 4, we usually play badminton together before our evening self-studies or during the 30-minute break. I have to admit that my skills have been improved significantly through daily practice. In fact, when it comes to a broader scope, my class 15, grade 11, is crazy about badminton. An increasing number of my classmates are willing to learn badminton, even those who didn't like doing sports. During this process, we're actually creating a community, a badminton community, where students are constantly communicating, interacting, and sharing the same interest. The third one, when pushing forward to an even larger picture, involves the whole school. Our school holds a lot of activities each year. For instance, we have the yearly sports meeting in October. During that time, in the scorching sun, athletes spare no effort to compete for the medals, to become hero of the day, and to bring glory to their class. At the same time, students who are watching the race scream their heart out to encourage their fellow classmates. Moreover, students are responsible for certain tasks. Some of them take photos for their classmates, trying to capture the most breathtaking moments, while the others bring energy drinks and food to the athletes. Some even become volunteers to help with the matches, especially help those who have just finished the long run. You will never see a class more united than this moment. Also, through the sports meeting, you get to know opponents, those who have the same interests with you, and you can find your identity there. My friend Mia is a member of the track and field team. She told me after last sports meeting, more students joined their team. She thought it great, as it breathed new life into her sports community. So it is no doubt that the sports meeting provides a platform for those who want to look for like-minded sports lovers. In conclusion, though there is a lack of community in China, it doesn't mean that we can't do anything to improve the situation. Creating a community can be easy. It can start by me, by you, by every single one of us. So go ahead and use sports as a tool to make it real. Thanks for listening.